Now, I've got to get to climate change. You would have been alarmed to hear this stuff from your radio when you woke up this morning.
The rate of temperature rise in the last half century is the highest in 2,000 years. Concentrations of carbon dioxide are at their highest in at least 2 million years. The climate time bomb is ticking.
Gee, they're running out of scary metaphors, aren't they?
Every single time. They've got to stop putting times on this, because I think Greta Thunberg last week erased from her Twitter feed a piece that was, science says we've got only 5 years to address the challenge. 5 years and then we're all doomed. So 5 years later, Greta has to scrub that. This is what a lot of climate activists have to do. They're always updating when the doom is going to happen. This one's just the latest. Everyone's tuned out by now. No one gives a damn. And when it's delivered in such an extreme sort of way, it just turns us off even further.
Yeah, I think so. There used to be all those old cartoons with people holding placards saying the end of the world is nigh. But now we have the UN and half of politics and the media doing the same thing every day on rotation. It's nuts. And this manifests itself, of course, in electric vehicles. A little segue to my next item. Have a look at this bus. This is the campaign bus for the Labor Party in New South Wales. Chris Minns, the Labor leader, is going around the campaign in this electric bus. Of course, they make a big thing about all of this stuff. It's electric. They've been spruiking it throughout the campaign, but today it went flat. They had to call in diesel buses to rescue everyone. Here's Chris Minns.
I forgot to charge it last night, and as a result it broke down. Look, bus or no bus, we are ready for the next 4 days. We will be ready for tomorrow, no doubt about it.
Oh, I love it, Tim. He made a good point, just not the point they were trying to make.
It's always diesel to the rescue, isn't it? There's some video kicking around online, which I watch every day if I feel a bit on the blue side, and it's a diesel generator in the back of an electric truck with a power cord running from the generator to the power plug. And I think if we're going to get these electric buses rocking around New South Wales, get some diesel gear just hanging off the back of them and she'll be sweet.
Just brilliant. Now, just very quickly on the New South Wales election, we've got to have a look at this story broken earlier tonight by Sharri Markson when she interviewed Dominic Perrottet and hit him with her claims that he confirmed effectively that when his wife needed to go to hospital, he called the health minister who was with the head of New South Wales Ambulance. Have a look.
So your wife required an ambulance and she called 000, but it took so long to come that you had to ring the health minister, Brad Hazzard?
That's not correct. My wife called me coming back from an event, and I spoke to Brad to get his advice in relation to the situation, and Brad was actually, randomly enough, with the head of ambulance at that point in time, and they said to me, go home, be with your wife, and which I did, and an ambulance was called.
Now, we're glad Dominic's wife is okay, but how big a story is this, Tim? Because there are waiting times for ambulances, and we find out that this is how the Premier got one.
I don't think this should be a story at all, and it wouldn't matter if it was a Labor Premier or a Liberal Premier in this case. I think if anyone's in a circumstance where a loved one, a wife, a spouse, a husband is in some sort of health drama and there's anything at all you can do to get an ambulance, I think everyone would do that. So I think a lot of people will look upon this as more or less a non-story, but and it might even look upon it warmly in regards to Dominic Perrottet's devotion, obviously, to his wife.
Yeah, and you say that as someone who's been through the ringer recently. Tim, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.